Alright, I'm Bryja. I'm here with Reider Decker, and we're going to go through the hot new surfboards in the Airush lineup.
Smoking hot lineup this year. So we'll go from kind of the smaller wave board to the kind of bigger wave board. So this year, the Mini Monster is the smallest wave board in the lineup. It's got a fuller nose, wider tail, flatter rocker than the Amp, which has been kind of the all-around kind of board that I've been riding the most. This year, the Mini Monster Convert is offered in this bamboo Reflex in the foil adaptable version. So the reason we do the inserts instead of the track is because it offers less drag. So it's like, this board's actually a really good board for strapless freestyle and for like a little bit of small wave riding. And so this offers less drag. So it's kind of more catered to doing everything. And yeah, this year the weight on the bamboo is also a bit less. So we're really stoked on that. This one is the 5.6. So these boards go all the way from a 410 up to a 510. So the 410 and the 5.2 are kind of better for the kite surfing and foiling. The 5.6 and the 5.10, you can actually paddle surf foil as well with the AK foil lineup. So that's pretty sick. I've been kiting the 5.2 the most. It's kind of like a nice kind of like fishy feel, playful. So, but it's been a really good board to play around in the sound and go on little waves and blow out massive hacks. I've also been riding it kind of as a twin fin sometimes with a smaller fin in the back. So yeah, this board's pretty sick, super fun. Then the next board in the line.
What fins do you use on your boards?
So I use the AK fins. And they're pretty stiff. The sizes are kind of like medium larges, and it's pretty cool. I've been able to ride those fins doing pretty much everything. Sometimes in the waves I'll try to upsize the fins a little bit if I kind of want extra more drive or grip. With the with this next board, the Amp here, I actually ended up taking this board in like pretty decent sized waves, in like shoulder high waves, and so I ended up taking it out with large super stiff fins with kind of higher rake, just because I wanted to see how much hold it could get and how big I could push it. And I was pretty stoked in Hatteras, even when it was like shoulder high and heavy, I was still riding it, doing like carves and cutbacks and just like super flowy. And this board has been the best all-around board I think I've ever had in the 5.4 size is what I always use. And then the Carbon and Negra construction has been amazing. I have yet to break one of these. They've been holding up so good. It's pretty insane to have boards that I can ride like for over a year and then keep demoing and then end up selling. It's epic. So sick. So yeah. And this compared to the Mini Monster's got a bit more rocker, still has like a wide point at the front, but it's more pulled. And this size is actually, the shape is more aggressive than it looks. You can actually do a whole lot with it. And that's why I was even surprised with how big I could take it in the waves and it could still hold. So then changing out the fins also gives you a lot of options. If I was doing freestyle, I'd have a bit smaller ones in, but for wave riding, especially in decent size stuff, I've been riding pretty big fins, really, really stiff to give it some hold. And yeah, Carbon and Negra. This year, the Reflex Bamboo, as I was talking about, is a bit lighter, which is super cool. And it also comes in a smaller size in a 5.2. So I've been riding the 5.4 in Carbon, but the 5.2 in Reflex Bamboo is a nice option for people that are little smaller riders, especially people working on strapless freestyle and whatnot. And yeah, it's kind of the magical board in the lineup that seems to just do everything, flat water, waves, and I cannot stop riding no matter how much I try other boards. Always come back to the 5.4. And then, what else we got? So then this year we have the comp, the new comp, which has been completely redesigned. So we got some feedback basically wanting it a little bit more thinned out and smaller. So this year we actually discontinued the Converse, which was the super gunned out, high rocker, down the line, like great wave board. So we kind of took the comp and put it a little bit more in the Converse's zone. So thinned it out a little bit, had it more kind of be able to hold in bigger waves, higher wind. But it still stays a bit more playful than the Converse. So the first couple times I used it, it was only like knee to thigh high. I had pretty big fins on it. I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty anticlimactic trying to do like big off the tops on like a knee-high wave. But it was actually super fun still. Like you're still able to play around with it, and it wasn't too gunny, which was what we're trying to get away from with the Converse. Be able to hold in bigger waves, but still be fun when it's like waist high. And so yeah, for when the waves are clean and nice, decent size, decent power, this board is sick. And this year I've been using the largest size, the 510, just because the volume has gone down so much. So the 510, it comes in a 5.8 and a 5.6. So yeah, 510 has been a really nice size, especially for traditional surf style. And if you want to ride it powered, more kind of faster speed, you can go for the 5.8 or even the 5.6 for smaller riders. So yeah, this one's been sick. And this comes in the same Reflex Bamboo construction. Look at that durability. Totally fine. I did that earlier this week and it was also fine, so. But the weight on these is actually really good. That's what I'm also really stoked on. So then the last board in the lineup, we got the Diamond, which my girlfriend Gage Fichter has been ripping around in Hatteras on. This is basically a size down comp. So this one's 5'4" by, this is 17 and a half. So super nice small board, beautiful board as well. It's, I rode it a little bit in the waves, but I'm too big to ride it, but I actually really enjoyed riding it. And she's been doing strapless freestyle on this and riding waves. For smaller riders, this is a sick board and just a beautiful board to ride. And yeah. So, and the weight on all these is really good. Even for strapless freestyle, you can still throw down some stuff on this. She's been doing some shove-its and some front rolls on it. And yeah, pretty excited about the lineup. Really stoked on the new comp. And it's just nice to have a board, all the boards in the range, kind of small waves to bigger and bigger and bigger, and kind of everything has a tiny bit of overlap, but not too much. So everything's differentiated enough in the lineup.
Yeah.
So.
What's the big difference in sort of flex feel between the different constructions? Is there a noticeable difference, or are they pretty similar feeling?
Yeah, I mean, the carbon, it feels a little bit stiffer under your feet, just like a little bit kind of bouncier. The bamboo feels just really nice. It still has a nice kind of consistent flex to it. Yeah, so the carbon's a bit stiffer, but the durability you get in it is pretty insane. So I've never had a board or know of a board that's been able to last that long. So, and last that long while still being at a really nice weight. So that's been kind of the...
I heard rumors that you might have sold your first ever used surfboard recently, that you didn't actually destroy, you're actually able to sell it at the end of the season.
Actually, I actually still have the first one I've ever gotten that I picked up in Germany, and a friend of mine is riding it at the shop now. And he's like, I've had so many people be like, oh, I just want to buy this one, I just want to buy this one. And that, being able to keep having the board after riding it, I'm like, man, this is an awesome thing to have. I was like, this is how other people feel, kind of, maybe. So yeah, they're definitely pricey boards. I think they're at like, let's say $11.50, so they're definitely not cheap, but if you ride a lot and you kind of understand the value of it, it's definitely worthwhile to kind of go, I think, premium and go for the carbon one in this for sure.
Hey, Phil, what's the website address where people can get more information on the lineup?
So you can check out www.airush.com. It's got the whole new range on there, some media, so you can see the boards in action. And yeah, Oswald Smith just dropped an edit on the comp, him ripping it up in Nambia and in Cape Town. And then Gage, my girlfriend Gage Fichter, is dropping an edit with the Diamond here in the next kind of week, I believe. And then I'm also coming out with something a little bit later on the comp. So comp's a new shape, so we wanted to kind of showcase all it can do this year. And but then all the strapless freestyle stuff I'm doing basically on the amp carbon all the time. So.
Okay, cool. Thanks for taking the time to do this. And if people want to meet you in person, where can they meet you in the Outer Banks?
Come to their shop, Hatteras Island Surf Shop, right on the Sound. Super nice location. Just launch kites right out of there. Stop by. I got loads of boards. You can try my personal boards. I'm not possessive on the boards at all. You can try to ride them, go out, try to not break them. But if I haven't broken them, then you're probably not going to break them. So yeah, come try them out. And yeah.
All right, cool.
Later. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Chad.